today's increasingly contested maritime environment, naval power is no longer a luxury but a necessity, especially for an archipelagic nation like the Philippines. With over 7,600 islands to defend and vast waters within its exclusive economic zone, EEZ, under growing scrutiny, the country is intensifying efforts to modernize its naval capabilities. Recent developments, including reports of a potential acquisition of 8 new naval helicopters, highlight a broader and more calculated trajectory. Far from a symbolic gesture, this move reflects a critical phase in a long-term modernization agenda, one designed not only to enhance maritime security and surveillance, but to solidify the Philippines' role as a capable, sovereign maritime actor in a strategically vital region. In May 2019, the Philippine Navy inducted 2 AW-159 Wildcat helicopters, marking a significant step in strengthening its anti-submarine warfare (ASW) capabilities. These helicopters are equipped with advanced dipping sonar and can be armed with torpedoes and missiles, making them formidable assets in maritime defense. "The Wildcats are a game-changer for our naval operations," remarked a senior naval officer during the commissioning ceremony. "Their integration with our Jose Rizal-class frigates enhances our ability to detect and neutralize underwater threats." These helicopters are primarily intended for deployment on the Jose Rizal-class frigates, enhancing the Navy's operational reach and effectiveness in maritime security operations. The Philippine Air Force, PAF, has been expanding its fleet of S-70 Corps Black Hawk helicopters to enhance operational versatility across various missions. In 2024, Lockheed Martin delivered 10 S-70 Corps Black Hawk helicopters to the PAF, with 5 units arriving in June and another 5 in December. "These helicopters are vital for our operations, from troop transport to disaster response," stated a PAF spokesperson. "Their reliability and versatility make them indispensable assets in our fleet." The ongoing deliveries are part of a contract for 32 helicopters, aiming to strengthen the PAF's capabilities in various missions, including search and rescue, humanitarian assistance, and disaster relief. In collaboration with Japan, the Philippines is set to receive Subaru Bell 412 EPX helicopters, enhancing its capacity for coastal patrol and disaster response operations. These helicopters are equipped with advanced avionics and increased payload capabilities, making them suitable for various missions, including search and rescue and humanitarian assistance. The addition of the Bell 412 EPX helicopters will significantly enhance our operational readiness in responding to natural disasters and securing our coastal regions, noted a defense official. As part of the U.S.-Filipino defense cooperation, the Philippines has acquired TH-73A training helicopters to bolster its pilot training programs. These helicopters are instrumental in preparing the next generation of naval and Air Force aviators, ensuring the sustained growth and proficiency of the country's rotary wing aviation capabilities. Investing in advanced training platforms like the TH-73A is crucial for developing skilled pilots who can effectively operate our expanding fleet, emphasized a training command officer. In the complex maritime chessboard of Southeast Asia, where shifting alliances and contested waters dominate headlines, the Philippines is making quiet but resolute strides toward reshaping its naval future, one helicopter at a time. While not as headline-grabbing as aircraft carriers or missile frigates, rotary wing aircraft represent the beating heart of a modern naval force, capable of bridging sea and shore, peace and crisis. Each new acquisition, from the lethal AW-159s to the versatile S-70I, Blackhawks, and the mission-adaptable Bell 412 EPXs, adds not just hardware, but a new dimension to how the Philippine Navy and Air Force can operate across their fragmented archipelago and vast maritime borders. These helicopters extend surveillance far beyond the line of sight, track hostile submarines with precision, support troops in amphibious operations, and deliver life-saving aid to disaster-stricken provinces. Their strategic value lies not only in warfighting, but also in nation-building, responding where roads end and diplomacy falters. The concurrent development of training programs with platforms like the TH-73A further ensures that these advances are sustainable, with a pipeline of skilled aviators prepared for tomorrow's challenges. In essence, naval aviation is no longer a luxury. It's the operational glue binding together the Philippines' maritime defense strategy. As these rotor blades spin over blue waters and battered coastlines, they symbolize something larger, a nation stepping into a more assertive, capable, and resilient maritime identity, calibrated not for conflict alone, but for sovereignty, stability, and service. The Philippine military's modernization journey is anchored on the multi-phase Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, modernization program, known in its iterations as Horizon 1, Horizon 2, and the recalibrated Horizon 3. Under Horizon 1, the acquisition of the AW-159 Wildcat helicopters marked a foundational step toward equipping the Navy with advanced anti-submarine and surface warfare capabilities. Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 now look to scale that progress by expanding naval aviation assets across a new generation of warships, including upgraded frigates, landing platform docks, LPDs, and forthcoming corvettes. The objective is clear: to embed rotary wing aviation as a core element of fleet operations, enhancing both firepower and flexibility at sea. In line with this vision, future LPDs being acquired under Horizon 3 will significantly elevate the Navy's amphibious and support capabilities. Designed with hangar facilities for 10-ton helicopters, these ships are expected to operate larger platforms, such as the AW-139 or Black Hawk-class helicopters. This evolution in sea-lift vessels means that the Navy will no longer rely solely on coastal bases for aviation support. It can now project helicopters from sea to shore, enabling multi-role operations from a mobile maritime platform. This includes everything from troop deployment and logistics to medical evacuation and surveillance missions. Further complementing these hardware upgrades is the emerging Naval Air Wing Roadmap, which lays the groundwork for a more sophisticated, integrated maritime air capability. This roadmap includes not only the potential acquisition of additional Wildcats or equivalent platforms, like the MH-60R Seahawk, but also a shift toward fixed-wing maritime patrol aircraft MPAs equipped with ASW sensors and extended-range ISR capabilities. Looking ahead, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, are also poised to become part of the equation, offering persistent surveillance over vast maritime domains with reduced operational risk. Together, these plans signal a transformation in how the Philippines envisions and deploys naval aviation, not as a support function, but as a central pillar of maritime defense strategy in an increasingly contested and disaster-prone region. The Philippines' investment in naval aviation is unfolding against a backdrop of intensifying geopolitical competition, particularly in the South China Sea, a region where overlapping claims and maritime incidents have become routine. With enhanced helicopter capabilities, the Philippine Navy now possesses greater agility to patrol contested waters, respond swiftly to unauthorized incursions, and support vessels in distress. This aerial advantage significantly bolsters maritime domain awareness and strengthens the country's ability to project presence within its exclusive economic zone, EEZ, particularly in hotspots like the West Philippine Sea.
With the fluid security situation in our region, it is imperative that the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and of course the Navy, is substantially equipped, trained, and always on alert to respond to any and all exigencies that may confront our nation. We will not stop with just this exercise. We have a lot more to do, and the rest of our compatriots are counting on us to keep the defense of the nation.
In an environment where speed and mobility can mean the difference between deterrence and escalation, helicopters offer a crucial edge. Regionally, the Philippines' approach to naval aviation modernization also reflects a strategic divergence from its neighbors. Countries like Vietnam, Indonesia, and Malaysia are modernizing their fleets with a balanced mix of surface assets and aviation platforms. However, the Philippines' deliberate focus on acquiring high-end anti-submarine warfare (ASW) helicopters, such as the AW-159 Wildcat, sets it apart. While it may not match the fleet sizes of its neighbors, or the massive helicopter inventory of China, it is carving out a specialized niche built on precision, interoperability, and maritime responsiveness. In contrast to China's focus on mass and saturation, the Philippines is betting on versatility and joint force compatibility, particularly with allied forces. These modernization steps, while gradual, carry significant geopolitical weight. They signal Manila's growing resolve to assert its sovereignty and defend its maritime claims, not through grand gestures, but through consistent, capability-driven enhancements. More importantly, this shift improves interoperability with security partners such as the United States, Japan, and Australia, whose own Indo-Pacific strategies increasingly rely on coalition readiness and forward-deployed coordination. As these new rotary wing assets take to the skies, they not only bolster national defense, they recalibrate the balance of regional maritime power, making the Philippines a more credible and capable partner in the evolving Indo-Pacific security architecture. As the Philippines continues to enhance its naval aviation capabilities, several operational and structural challenges loom that could shape the long-term success or limitations of its modernization efforts. Foremost among these is the critical need for advanced training and personnel development. Naval aviators, especially those involved in anti-submarine warfare (ASW), must master highly specialized tactics and technologies. Flying and operating sensors like dipping sonar or deploying precision munitions from a helicopter requires extensive simulator time, live training exercises, and doctrinal alignment. Equally important are the maintenance crews, who must not only be adept in standard aviation upkeep, but also trained to manage sophisticated systems in the corrosive, high-wear marine environment that defines shipborne aviation. Beyond human capital, the Philippines must contend with the substantial maintenance and life cycle costs that come with operating high-tech platforms like the AW-159 Wildcat. These helicopters are not just expensive to acquire. They demand robust logistical support, spare parts availability, and depot-level maintenance infrastructure to remain operationally viable. Without a well-developed supply chain and local technical expertise, even the most capable platforms risk becoming hangar-bound assets. Compounding this is the ever-present pressure of defense budgeting. Naval aviation competes for funding alongside other vital areas, such as education, infrastructure, and disaster recovery. Unless there is sustained political and financial commitment, capability gaps could emerge, stalling progress just as momentum builds. Another operational hurdle lies in the integration of these aviation assets into the broader naval and joint force command structure. Helicopters must operate as extensions of the fleet, not isolated elements. This means embedding aviation doctrine into ship operations, ensuring communications and sensor interoperability, and coordinating seamlessly with both Philippine Air Force and allied units during joint operations. As new ships, aircraft, and strategic partners enter the picture, the challenge will be to ensure that naval aviation doesn't just grow. It evolves in harmony with the rest of the force. Meeting these challenges head-on will determine whether the Philippines' rising air-sea capabilities become a temporary upgrade or a lasting transformation. The Philippines may not have fielded a fleet of 8 brand-new naval helicopters overnight, but its determined and methodical pursuit of naval aviation modernization is unmistakably reshaping its defense posture. Through key acquisitions like the AW-159 Wildcat, S-70I Blackhawk, Bell 412 EPX, and TH-73A, The country is steadily building a versatile, multi-role rotary wing capability that enhances everything from maritime patrol and ASW to disaster response and pilot training. These developments are not isolated. They are part of a broader modernization agenda that envisions a more agile, interoperable, and strategically capable Philippine Navy. With rising tensions in the South China Sea and shifting power dynamics across Southeast Asia, these aviation upgrades arrive at a moment of regional consequence. As the Philippines continues to navigate these choppy geopolitical waters, its expanding naval air wing serves not only as a vital line of defense, but as a bold expression of national resolve and growing maritime confidence. Thank you for tuning in to our channel. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of global issues.